everyone, and welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, home of the BÄYÖÜ Bengals and the stadium called Death Valley since the late 50s. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Florida Gators, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Justin Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Gators will kick it away to start. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. On first down, here comes this offense.
Timeout, LSU.
Okay, ready?
Leaves it with the back. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. LSU quick to the line. Quarterback changing the plays at the line.
Slide 22. Slide 22.
They'll run play action. Got a man, it's Barnes. Still running at the 40. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. And LSU starting to get that passing attack cranked up.
And this is a unit that typically LSU is as good as they are at quarterback. We know they're going to be physical. We know they got athletes all over the field. But when they get really good quarterback play, those teams are really special.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Touch pass on the run. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Motion from the offense. The give to the tailback. At the 45 on his way. Open runway ahead. And he'll take it in, and they couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, LSU!
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away, and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Caught behind the line. It's Abrams. Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The Gators getting set on 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Looking to pass. It's Holstein. They're bringing heat. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
They told us they were going to be aggressive no matter where they were on the field. Didn't take long to prove it. Going for it on 4th down in their first drive. Makes the catch. He's got enough. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Ball in the air, intercepted. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the single back. Shakes off the tackler. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. LSU right back to the line. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. The play action fake. Looking for space to the left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Looking to go up top on first down. They're setting up the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If you could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Loss of 4. Third down coming up.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter.
Here we go. Tuna. Griffin. Under.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Connection to the right. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain.
LSU 7, Florida 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. Keeping it on the ground with the running back.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next time.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run the option. Now the toss. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Quarterback keeper. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice gain, this time on the ground.
LSU lining up first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, LSU!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. San Diego State is down right now, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in Snapdragon Stadium today. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Air Force. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, and set up a good second down.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up fourth.
And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. And the Gators get enough for the first down.
4th and 1, turn around, hand it off to your bell cow running back, and let him go move the sticks. Great job.
The Gators are flying down the field. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Mr. Two Bits would be proud, the Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Used the play fake, now to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The BយុBengals will run the offense out onto the field. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. And the offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10.
Easy. Hold. Yankee blue.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Pressure coming. On the move, he fires. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. They've got this defense reeling after that last play. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. From the red zone, looking for a man. Going for the screen. Oh, and he intercepts it. Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, that is just great awareness by the big fella up front defensively. He did a good job just reading the quarterback's eyes. He knew where he was going with the football, and he's like, wait, these interceptions, they're not just for the little fast guys. Us big guys can get it done too.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a 1-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Power football with the run. Pick up a 5, they'll need 5 more on 3rd down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. He'll ride his man on the option. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
And they just kind of sneak that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off, and he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
And that's the danger. When you've got a receiver like that, if you blitz and you're playing man coverage, he's one-on-one, and he's going to burn you if you don't get home to the quarterback.
Looking for a man. It's Holstein. A shot toward the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Right on target this time. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
That's exactly what you're trying to get accomplished. You got to make sure on all these runs, clock running down, get out of bounds, right? Get some positive yards and then stop that clock.
Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. They'll try to power their way ahead. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. And it's no good. Guys, a missed field goal and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge. You're down, obviously, at the half you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
I tell you what, they're down, but they're not out with this guy. They keep feeding him. He keeps having success on the ground. Maybe I use this now to catapult, use some play action, make some bigger plays down the field. But the run game has not been the problem today.
Back to throw, it's Holstein. Fires to the tight end. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the first down.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He'll try to do it himself. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
And that's a really good job by this defense because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
On the option. He'll toss it. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. They're trying to get to it. Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on fourth down.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on fourth down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on fourth down.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Quarterback checking the play. He wants to throw here on second down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Ball's up to 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. What a snag by the defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception.
Take over first and 10.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down. And
He'll take a shot. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
What a play by the safety. really good understanding, like, listen, if I'm going to sit back and I'm going to play cover 2 and I'm a free safety, I'm free to go get that thing. But I got to see the route. I got to see the wide receiver breaking, understanding the quarterback's throwing the football. And as soon as that hand separates from the other hand, I'm breaking on it. Does a great job breaking on it and making the catch.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. Running back searching for a hole. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Leaves it with the running back. Crosses the 30. He's got away. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Hey, listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time they attack the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect them to go right back to it.
And what do you do now if you're on defense? You got to be expecting that they're going to try and tack that side of the field, maybe in the same way, maybe on this next play right here.
A designed run for the quarterback. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Second down coming up.
Let's go.
Handoff to the lone back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. The receivers often will run their route based on the side adjustment. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it and try to get his offense some positive yards.
LSU moving quickly, going to work again on first down.
Get set, get set. 6-9-1, game time.
He wants to throw. Get it out on the screen. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. LSU 14, Florida 0.
On the
The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Give to the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Tigers racing to the line in a hurry up. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
These touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Lion.
They go to the ground. Pulled down after a gain of 5. It's at the 9-yard line.
Nice run, and I think everybody knows. He's right there next to that 100-yard mark, 98 yards on the day. And that's a mark, man. When you hit that mark a lot of times and you take care of the football, you win a lot of football games. It's the more physical team. It's the team that makes it easy, makes it easier on their quarterback, and they've done that today.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, he's going backwards, in trouble, and down he goes. A tremendous loss.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
They'll play it safe and try for 3. Oh, he missed it. No good. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14.
14, Florida, 0.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumps.
He lobs one high down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout. Finds his man, and they convert. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
Looking to throw, it's Holstein. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Trying to seal the edge on the right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.